proposed a visa-free Africa, tearing down barriers imposed by hands that were not African. We reject the limitations of the past, advocating for a continent where Africans trade, communicate, and explore freely.
I want to ask a question about, we are living in a world that's divided, United Nations Security Council, extremely divided between the BRICS nations, China, Russia, Brazil, and the other side, Western Hemisphere. We have seen that illustrated by the war in Ukraine. We have seen that being illustrated in Gaza right now as we speak. My point, the international community we call extremely busy with all this going on. What about when we come back to Africa, Your Excellency, that sleeping giant you are calling Africa? What can we do to wake it up, to seek self-oriented solutions to African problems, to have an international system or Africa, for example, currency, to make sure we are attracting investment, to make sure we are self-reliant? What can we do in Kenya to make sure we are self-reliant? What methods can we use to make sure Kenya is not also a sleeping giant? Africa stops being a sleeping giant because the world is too busy.
Yes, I gave the example in my remarks about the Africa Continental Free Area, trade area, and these are 55 countries. Let me tell you that virtually all the countries have signed up. They've submitted the instruments to be part of the Africa Free Continental Trade Area. Now that is a good signal. It's a good sign. And through there, we can work together and enhance the connectivity and trade amongst ourselves. I've given an example again in my remarks about Kenya providing a visa-free regime for the African countries.